A very good morning to you. I hope you having a wonderful Monday. Again, like the days I had to check it today if it's Monday. Yes, it is Monday. It is the 21st of September. How's everybody? I have had a really busy weekend. Sarah was doing the Facebook lives for us in the last couple of days, and I'm so excited to be able to show you all of these. So we're gonna be making beaded beads again. Look how they sparkle. I just love them. So I call these erudite beads, and I'm just gonna come back to me for a sec. I call these erudite beads because they are erudite means knowledge. So you can make big whole beads, which is what these are, from loads of different materials, loads of different techniques. And we have had quite a few versions of it. We had a satin pearl erudite, we had a crystal erudite, which was with right angle weave, we had the Czech crescent erudite, we had loads of them. Now, they are my little bit of my pet projects because I love them so much. They are interchangeable, so you can take a necklace, you can put it on, and then you can change the beads on there later on to be able to blend the colors better, or if you make new ones, you want to show them off, so you can always have a nice big necklace with showing all your lovely beads on. Good morning, everybody. If you are new today, please put new in the comments and say where you are watching from, because I'm just so baffled with the power of the internet. We can go all over the world, and we got loads of lovely of you. So yeah, I see in the comments that you already have some of you are saying that. I love the little weather report we get every single morning here, and you're telling me, Rachel was just saying that it's lovely and sunny in South Yorkshire. It's misty in Essex. Sue was saying so. Morning, Lisa, Rachel, Paula, Sue, Margaret, Jan. Jan is saying it's very sunny in Western-super-Mare. Judy's good morning, Judy, Joe, Rachel, Pamela, Helen. Helen is saying same in West Yorkshire. It's about to peg outlaw. So I hope it's that sunny. That's what you mean. Morning, Margaret, Sharon, Carol, Rachel. GM everyone, good morning everyone. With a frosted morning in upstate, I think she must have been watching from a different country. Morning, Ruth, Marcia, D. Dee's asking if I was able to tidy up my craft from yesterday. So I have packed up quite a lot of it, and I am, I think it's going to take me all week to clear everything and move everything over, but I'm doing it bit by bit. So yes, if you can see the cupboard behind me, I emptied my little trees and bits and pieces out and boxed up. I'm having the ceiling done in this room because our house is really old, over 100 years old, and we're just afraid that the ceiling comes down because it's old batten and mortar ceiling. So we're gonna take it down and gonna replace it with a modern one. So that's why I'm moving out of my craft room at the moment. Morning, Lorna. Gillian, Linda, Carol, not until 10. Oh yes, the sound is off. I'm looking into how we can get music in the countdown, so that will be exciting. I do put a 10-minute countdown on there, so that just gets you time to, get the feed, get it up ready, and then go and make a cup of coffee or tea or anything like you need to do, or a piece of toast perhaps, and then you can sit down and watch it. But you got the feed there, so you're not missing any of the beginning then. Morning, Jane. She's from a sunny Yorkshire. It's a little bit, yeah, hazy here where I am. So hopefully we get more sunshine later on today. Morning, Robin, Annie, Nadia, Alison. New Jersey. So Robin is from New Jersey, and she says it's very chilly there. What time is in New Jersey now? So it must be really early. Do let us know. I'm rubbish with time zones, so do let us know what time is in New Jersey, please. Good morning, Alison from New Zealand. Bless you. What time is in New Zealand? I think we had quite a few people from Australia and New Zealand, so that must have been like how many hours here? So about 11, 12 hours ahead of us. I'm not quite sure. I am rubbish at times then. So it must be like 10, 11 o'clock at night time. They do let us know. Morning, Pamela from Washington State. Sorry, I read it wrong. Morning, Jean and Nadia. Overcast and gloomy here in the south. Karina, only 5 a.m. here in upstate New York. Oh, bless. I do get up early as well sometimes. So most of the days, like especially on weekends when I could lay in, I wake up like 5, 6 a.m. and I can't sleep. So morning, Lucy, Francis, Linda, Eileen, sorry, Layla. I hope I said your name right. Sarah, what a lovely name, Layla. Morning, Annie, Karen. Sharon is asking how was Christopher this morning. So any of you, Francis saying Peterborough nice and warm and sunny. So any of you, if you do follow me, Kitty Robinson Designs, on Sunday nights I do like a little sort of more of a personal little chat with you, just to hang out with you and to tell you about how my week went and what's going on in my craft world, I guess. And last night, just before, like minutes before I was going live, I always go live at 7. Christopher had a major meltdown at the dinner table, bless him, because the dinner that we provided him he didn't like. So we had to sort of come away with it and do the live. And afterwards I went and had a chat with him, and he was really sorry, and he was a very, very good boy last night after that, bless him. But I made him like noodles, so it wasn't anything obscure what I was trying to feed him, which he used to eat all the time, and last night he just refused to eat it. And sometimes I would go and then make him a toast or something. But I thought last night I just sort of dig my heels in and said, no, actually, that is your dinner. You're going to eat that. If you don't eat it, then that's it. You're not having anything else. And then just the meltdown started. Morning, you have frozen the screen. Is that my end or your end? On my end is still saying it's still. Try to refresh your browser. I'm just going to do that on mine. And I think that will solve. Yeah, are we refreshing? Sorry, lovelies. Just one sec. Let me just click on that. Power of the live. Yes, it's working. I just refreshed the screen. So anytime if your screen starts to freeze, it's not really my end of issue. It's Facebook issue. So you just have to press the refresh button at the top and refresh the feed, because and then you get, and it's going to be all right again. Right. Hello, Charlotte. Be better. Robin is saying 5 a.m. in New York. It was where you're from. Good morning, Jenny, sunny Wiltshire. Right, we're going to have to get started. 61 GA, 5 a.m. Teresa is saying, Alison saying 9.8 a.m. where PM, sorry, she's from New Zealand, so she's 3 p.m. I'm talking rubbish now. 9 p.m. in New Zealand now. Morning, Saba. Okay, okay, right, let's get started. So if you don't know me, I'm Kitty Robinson, working with Total Beads, showing you loads of lovely designs and loads of different bits and pieces, techniques and different beads, playing basically with all the materials we have. So today we're going to be making the Erudite necklace, and I'm going to turn you down and show you all the lovely different colors. We are live at 10 a.m. on Facebook every morning, so do come back. We are here every single morning. Like, I'm turning you down now, and I'm going to show you all the lovely samples I have here. Right, so Erudite beads are, I named them Erudite beads. Erudite means knowledge. So because there is so many different ways you can make beaded beads, and there is so many different ways you can use different shape beads, you can use different size beads, you can use different patterns to make all these lovely beads. In this this was the first one I ever designed, and with this one we're working 6mm pearls, 8mm crystals and size 11 seed beads. Now in the PDF itself there is 5 different designs of beads you can learn and make and do. Let me just show you another color. We got so many lovely colors here. Look at the tail. I love the tail. And then we have the greeny one. This is a really nice color as well. The green is with the green, what I love about it, that you mixing the light and the dark colors, and when you mixing light and dark colors like that, what it's actually doing that you can wear this with a lighter green top, but you can wear it with a darker green top as well, so multi-usable. Just within that, look at the brown, that's really nice as well. Aqua is another one of my favorite. I just love anything sort of aqua, teal, blue, you know, that those are my colors, I guess, and I just love them. Then we got a blue, more sort of a navy, darker blue. We do have this is more like a salmon color with amethysty crystals in there. So when you're using two different colors, it's really nice because it highlights, like if you use the darker color in the middle or lighter color in the middle, it highlights the beads what you're using. I got loads and loads and loads of these. You know when I love a project, because I do create so many different colors. Look at the red. They're great for Christmas and all sorts as well. Then we got sort of a more of livelier pink. And the purple, I love this purple. This is more sort of a tanzanite color. Really nice to, again, because using lighter and darker colors, we go with loads of different jewelry. I'm going to show that blue last, the sapphire blue. I got a monochrome. I love the monochrome as well because the monochrome grows with everything as well. Do make note of the colors and let me know which one you want me to demo with. And the blue. Now, all of these are on a stainless steel chain, which we do sell. I think they start at $350 to $450, depending on which weave or which size you choose. They are great because once you made a bead, you can straight away wear it and show it off. Another way how you can show these beads off is to put them on a herringbone chain, and we have done herringbone stitch before. These are done with size 11 seed beads, and the beads just fit on there perfectly. So if you want to make a beaded chain, you can do. I probably would get one of the stainless steel so I can start wearing them as I make them, because each one of those beads is going to take you anything between 10 minutes and half an hour, depending on what size you're making. So a necklace like this is probably going to take you, I guess, about 3-4 hours to make. So if you have beads made already, you can just start wearing it with a stainless steel chain, and while you're making a beaded chain to go with it. I do like the beaded chain because then I can blend the colors in it even more. So if I got a darker blue beads, but it's got lighter crystals in there, I sort of match and pick up some of those colors into my chain. But I could have done like a really dark navy blue chain for this one, herringbone chain. It's a really nice and quite easy to make as well. Right, other things what's available in the before I go on, let me just show you. So this was one of the other Erudite bead we made, again like large holes, and you can mix and match these ones. So I could take one bead from this collection and add it to another bead from another collection and wear them all together. So this was the crystal bicon Erudite. We also had Erudite beads with these Jack crescent beads. I love these ones as well. Making beaded beads properly, this one is the easiest one to make, and we had so many different colors. I just grabbed a couple of them what I had here to show you. Again, you can mix and match them, you can wear them in any way you want. And another thing I quickly want to show you is these lovely crystal beads. Now, these comes in packs as well, and they are really great because, and they're on offer at the moment, usually they're £10 a pack for 20 beads, and today they are £5. So do pop one of these in your basket because they can go in between your Erudite beads. So your beadwork can look more than even if you just made a few beads, or even if you just made one bead, add a couple of crystals next to it and you can start wearing it and it's going to look really, really great. So for £5 for 20 beads, they got really large holes. They are really great one to have in a stash. And there's three different, there's earth, this is monochrome, which is your silvers and grays and whites. Oh, there is this is a sky mix, which has got blues and purples in there. I love this one, obviously, because it's blue. And then you got your earth mix, which is your sort of earthy browny colors as well. Really, really sparkly. Just worth to add it into your basket. Blue, please. I think quite a few of you are voting for the blue. Yes, it's going to show. I'm just sort of double checking that, but I think it's going to show up quite well on the camera. So I'm just going to get, I got all of them set up here, so we are ready to go. Right, I'm just going to move some of these out of the shot, so we got space to work here with. Push them all out. Right, so as there is five, actually let's get the blue one back in just for a second. So in the pattern there is 5 different beads to make. So you got this one, and I'll show you this one. This one is probably the biggest one you're going to be making, where you'll be using 8mm crystals and 6mm pearls. Then you got smaller ones like this, where only 6mm pearls, only 4mm crystals, 6mm pearls, 4mm crystals, and there is one other one which is where we're using just the crystals themselves. So the 8mm crystal with the 4mm crystal itself. Now, all of the beads are done pretty much the same way. So you're going to be starting in the middle. We're going to work one way to finish one side, and then work the other way to finish the other side. Very easy to make. Right, so I'm gonna need a few of my crystals. I'm also gonna need my seed beads. I'm just gonna put them here. I'll zoom you in just in a second so you can see better. And we also gonna need, actually I'm not gonna put the top back, no, the pearls. We're gonna need a few pearls as well for the side. Right, so here I'm gonna start with we're going to go around in loops. So I'm going to start with a good length of thread. I'm going to use one of our new needles. And if you haven't seen our needles yet, we introduced these last week and we put together a little pack, because usually you only get 6 needles in a pack. And if I bring it up, you can see they got colorized. And I've been looking for a size 11 needle because I work a lot with size 10 needles, and which I'm going to use today as well, the black one. But sometimes, especially when you're making beaded beads like this, when you have to go round and round the bead, the thread can block the hole, and you have to sort of go down from 10 to 12, because 12 is the other needle I used to have. And I found some 11s and I was so happy with it. I'll show you just in a sec. I got a little mouse here where I stick all my needles in, and once I finished with a size 11 needle and stuck into this little mouse, when I come to it next day, I didn't know which one was my size 11 needle. Between the size 10 and size 12, I kind of can tell. So if I pick it up and flex it, I know this is a size 12, and if I pick up another one, I know that it's going to be a 10, so I can tell. But between 10 and 11, I just could not tell the difference at all. So these needles are great because they got colorized. The black one is size 10. And usually you get 6 needles in a pack, but if you like me, you're going to be using needles much more. So I wanted to have at least 5 needles of each color. So that's what we put in a little tube for you. for $2.99. Molly can get the link for you. And we're gonna keep going. Lucy's saying, have you done a big bundle of this before? I think we might have. I'm gonna get Molly. Can you check if it's Simon, if you got any of the big bundles left, or if there is any anywhere, and we can add that to the page as well. And I'll show you the page just in a second. I'm just gonna start sort of showing you how to set up. So I'm picking up seed beads and crystals. I'm picking up 2 seed bead and 1 8mm crystal. So I want enough to go all the way around. Now, saying that, you could make this bead, you could make it one section more. I wouldn't make it smaller, so I wouldn't do it with, this one is done with 6 beads. I wouldn't do it with 5 because then the hole in the middle is going to be quite small. But if you wanted to, you could do it with 8 and your bead is going to be bigger and the hole in the middle is going to be bigger as well. Right, so I'm starting with 6 sections, and look, I put 2 seed beads there. And just quickly jump back. Jody is just giving us a comment on a question. Hey Kitty, new person, another Sarah coming on Wednesday, seen Facebook video. Yes, so Sarah Payne, I'm sure some of you might know her from Create and Craft, and she's really well known for, actually let me just add myself so you can see when I'm talking to you. I'm right here at the top. Right, so Sarah Payne, I'm sure you know her from Create and Craft. She does a lot of quilting, but as well as quilting, she does do a lot of beadwork. She started off doing beadwork and quilting, and I guess that beadwork has taken on. I'm going to zoom in on this just a little bit so you can see better what I'm going to be doing. And quilting is taken off, I guess, for her more than beading did. And you know what happens when you start something and it takes off, you have to concentrate on a lot and spend a lot of time with it. But when I approached her, that would she be, because she's got such a quirky mind. She's like comes up with, looks up things differently. I think it's because she's got the sewing background, so she will want to do things with buttons, like what she's going to do on Wednesday. And it looks really, really fantastic what she's doing, very quirky, very different. So I'm so happy and excited that she's coming on board and gonna do some Facebook Live for us. I think you did a big bundle for this a long time ago in Create and Craft. Yes, I did. I think we did. Yes, that was, I don't know, about 2-3 years ago, a long time ago. Time is just seems to fly. Right, I got 6 sets of here. I started with a crystal, 2 seed bead crystal, 2 seed beads all the way around. I got 6 sets. I'm gonna go around all of this again. So I'm just wrapping it around my finger, and I'm gonna come through all of those crystals and seed beads once more, and pull this through all the way around. Now, I don't like to knot my beginning and tail end together because I don't want that naughty little knot to go into my one of my beads, because if it goes and seeps into it, especially the size 11 seed bead, you won't be able to go through it anymore. So you really need to be very careful that not knotting our tail end and beginning together. So I went all the way around, and I need to go through the next crystal and first seed bead. So I'm going to come up between those 2 seed beads just like that to be able to add further beads. And I'm just going to pull this up nice and tight. Right, so what we're going to do next, we're going to add some seed bead loops around our crystal beads. So it's going to change as you go along, the numbers, what you have to pick up. We're coming out through between these 2 seed beads here between the crystals, and then we're gonna make a loop all the way around. We're gonna go through from that side. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pick up 9 seed beads. 6, 7, 8, 9. There we go. And I'm gonna, as I'm coming out of here, I'm gonna sort of jump over this crystal, seed bead, crystal, and seed bead, and come back on myself, so I have a lovely little loop. And when I pull this up, you can see we got all these seed beads are just sort of gonna sit on the side of that crystal. Now, before I add any more beads, I'm gonna go ahead and go through the next seed bead, crystal, seed bead. So I'm in position to add further beads, just like that. And this time I'm gonna pick up 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And what I'm gonna do, I really want, so you see there is no room here between the crystals. Let me just move this a little bit. There's no room here between the crystals to add another seed bead. So I'm going to share this last seed bead on the loop I just created. So I'm going to go through this seed bead, pull my loop up, and then I'm going to go along again so I'm able to add further beads. So I'm going to go along the next seed bead, crystal, seed bead, and pull my needle through. So 1 sec. Ooh. I'm gonna let my tail end go now because I have got enough beadwork there. Just got caught, that's it. I have got enough beadwork there to hold onto it. And just going through the next seed bead, crystal, seed bead, and pick up a further 8 beads again. And that's what we're going to do all the way around. 8. Again, I'm going to catch the last bead on that loop, come down, and then I'm going to go along the middle here. I'm going to go on 2 sections, so I'm straight away, I'm in position to add further beads. As you get more comfortable with the pattern, you can always, you know, I like to sort of go through as many beads as I can, so I don't have to pull my beads over and over again. So again, I'm adding 8, and when I'm getting more and more comfortable with the pattern, I can just sort of go through, come down on that loop and go through the 2 sections I need to go through in the same stitch. Diane Moore, she's better known for sewing, quilting, but she's also a beader. Diane saying, never seen her. What does she do? Watch with sound off. So Sarah, she does the most amazing quilts. Oh well, she does a lot of things. She sews her own clothes. She anything with sewing. She is a whiz-kid with a sewing machine. But she used to do beading as well. She was a finalist in a competition as well. But I will let you to tell. I will let her to tell you all about it. She loves bezeling beads. She loves doing a lot of different things. She came down for a day, and then we just had the most fantastic day going around the warehouse. And yeah, she's looking things with a different eye, which is great. Right, so I got to the last section, and as you can see, my first loop is already here. So I want to come up the first seed bead down, and this time I'm only gonna pick up 7. 5, 7, and I'm going to come back down through the last loop. I'm going to go along my crystal, my seed bead, crystal seed bead, and I'm going to go into my loop because we're going to add the pearls just here. So as you can see, we have 9 seed beads in each one of those little loops. The first and the last seed bead is the same, I guess, for every single loop, and then you have 7 seed beads left here. So I'm gonna go through the next 4 because I want to come through the middle seed bead. So if you're counting all 9, then you're going to come out of the 5th one. If you just count the 7, then you're going to come through the 4th one. I got a little knot, pull this through, and then I'm quite simply just going to pick up a pearl, and I'm going to jump to my next loop and go through that middle seed bead again, just like that. And pull this up, and our pearl is just going to pop into place there. Gonna keep going until you get all the way around, adding these lovely pearl beads. Just keep adding them as you go around. Make sure you always go through the middle seed bead on your loop, because even if you just go sort of one before or one after, you're probably not going to see it that much, but it's going to be a little bit wonky. And if you like me, I don't do wonky. It has to be straight and has to be, I would take my beadwork back all the way. And that is saying, Lucy, I've actually met her at a crafting lodge. She's a lovely person and will be great to have her here. Yes, I'm really, really happy. You just wait. She's great. She's really, really good. 1, 2, 3. On a Wednesday. You're gonna love her. She's got such a lovely, bubbly personality. Right, so we went all the way around. And now what I'm going to do, I am just going to go round the pearls and these seed beads to tighten this round up. So I'm going to take my needle and thread and just keep going round. And every single time I go around, I pull it just a little bit tighter to make it nice and tight. And then we're going to weave our staff back to the middle and do exactly the same on the other side to completely have a nice, beautiful bead. I love these beaded beads because I think it's just, I don't know, they can be a little bit of a sort of a piece of a work of an art because you can make them as difficult or as easy as you want, and each one of them is just a detail on them, using smaller and larger beads together. It's just really exciting and you can do quite a lot with them. That's it, pull it tight. I'm just going to go through the next couple. Now, if you have got enough thread here, just weave your thread back into the middle. If you haven't got enough thread because you used it all up, I started with quite a long one, so I got a lot here. You can always take more thread off your tail end and continue that way. So I'm just going to cut my bobbin off. Actually, I'm going to pull this tail through because it has, I got caught it with one of the pearls. So I'm just going to pull this down. So it comes back to the middle. Where are you? I usually always say you need to make sure that you keep your tail sort of off to the side as you go around so it doesn't get caught, but that's it, we pulled it through. So yeah, right there in the middle. So if you can either take this thread down to the middle, or you can continue doing your bead on your tail end. Either or, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to take this thread down because simply I already have my needle in there. I'm just going to go and through a few more of those pearls. So I'm away from that tail. Then I come down to the middle. There we go. What size glass beads? So the glass beads we are using here is 8mm crystal beads and 6mm pearls. I'm just going to go through a couple times so I can really tighten this row of pearls up. And I think sort of went around a couple of times now, so I'm happy with it. I'm going to weave my thread into the middle. So to do that, I'm just going to run down on one of the loops, just like that. And I'm going to go through the seed bead. Come on, crystal, seed bead. And now I'm in the right position to start adding my loops again. So I'm going to pick up 9 seed beads to start with. And then we're gonna, in the second loop, we're gonna pick up 8, and in the last one, we're gonna pick up 7. The same thing what we did on the other side. And just keep going and adding the same loops to this side as well. I'm going to zoom out just a tiny bit because I think because I'm zoomed in so much, you see my sort of hands are disappearing off the screen. So this time I'm picking up 8 because I already got a 1 there already, what from the previous loop what I need to use. I'm going to go through that one, the crystal, pearl, crystal. And to the next section. It doesn't matter if the loops are sort of where they end up as you're pulling the beads on, but once you start to get to the other side, you want to make sure these loops are pulled to the right side because they're sharing that one seed bead next to the crystal right at the base. If you leave them on this side and you go all the way around, they sort of tighten up, so you really need to make sure that they sit the right way. They sit where you want them to sit, and if they're not, then you need to make them to sit that way. And I'm picking up another 8. I'm coming through the last seed bead on that loop and then along. Just going to pull this up and then coming along, so I've been in the position to add further beads and just keep going all the way around. I should have said morning Kitty, a bit late today. Good morning, lovely. If you are new and you just started watching, please put new in the comments so I can meet you. I love meeting new people. Just pull that tail end out so we don't get... What's going on today? I just caught my thread there. Again, I'm just going to pick up 8. 6, 7, 8, going down the last seed bead of the previous loop and moving along. Just like that. I'm moving along further, so I'm in position to add more beads. Yes, you could use it as a large bead cap as well, I guess. I love these because, like, you know, we do all sorts of necklaces, all sorts of beading, and you know, loads of different techniques. We use those of different materials. Now, I love beaded beads because you only need a few materials to be able to, you know, to be able to make one of these. And we did the beaded beads last week where you just needed 30 beads of the same size. Here you need 6 8mm and 12 6mm beads and a few seed beads, and that's all you need all the way around. So there is no, you know, if you have got beads left over, I just got to the last section, I'm going to jump up into that bead on the first loop and I'm going to pick up 7. So if you got a few beads left over from previous projects, I always sort of just either put them in a little mix, made a little bead soup, or put them to the side. And I love these little screw top boxes we sell because I only had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 beads left of that one. But after my make, but if I put it to the side, you can always use it for one of these. And as you're making them, you know, you can just make them. And I have got my beaded beads in a little sort of bowl. I use them as home decor. I did a lot of different things with it, so you can do really a lot with them. And I'm going to come into that loop and add the pearls on this side as well, making sure I'm pulling it nice and tight. I'm going to weave my thread into the middle seed bead and picking up the pearls. And you know, when you have got like 10-15 minutes, you can just make one up, pop them in the little pot, and you will have loads and loads of beads in no time. Again, but then, like, you know, you can you can have a little necklace. Like I got this one here, and I do wear this blue one. And this is mine, blue. Of course, blue is my color, but you can add or take away from it. So you can always add more beads to it, or take away, or perhaps add a different color onto it. It's really up to you. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Yeah, going through the middle one every single time. And just pulling it nice and tight as you go along. 1, 2, 3, that's the middle one, is just here. I love them. I just really, really love them. Be almost around, and once you go around, we're going to do the same thing. You need to do the same thing to go around and reinforce that last sort of little loop in going around. That's last inner circle of your bead. Just picking up the last pearl here, and I'm just going to go around a couple of times so I can really reinforce and tighten this inner circle. The more you go around your bead, the sort of more sturdier, the better it's going to be. The more solid it's going to be. Right, so I'm just going to pull this tight and keep going around. So as you can see, it's a little bit squishy at the moment, but once I went, and on the other side where we went around, it's more solid. So I'm just going to keep going around, reinforcing this inside. They would make nice earrings to match to with a large bead at the bottom. Yes, they could, but as I said in the PDF today, which is $1.99 to download, and I can't actually remember how many pages is that, but it's quite a few pages. You can make 5 different sizes of these beads out of these materials. So some beads you're gonna use the 8mm and 6mm beads in there. Some beads you're gonna make up with just 6mm. Some beads you can make up with 6 and 4mm. I will show you the size just in a sec. They all have a slightly different well, they all have different number of seed beads you need to pick up, but they are pretty much the same principle they work on. So you're really and truly just netting around these large beads, large crystals in the middle. And that's it. I'm just gonna keep coming through. Now, if you really want to tighten it up and you really want to make this you know, even tighter and even more pulled in, what you can do is just to go through the pearls themselves and pull tight. So if I do that, I'm just going to do that, bring it up, and as you can see, as I'm pulling these closer and closer, you can't really see that little thread path between the the two beads there, but that just pulls your pearls even more and close them together as much as possible. So you could do that as well at the end, just to go through the pearls, ignore the seed beads, just run around the pearls, depending, I guess, how many times you've been through, because the thread will fill up the hole on the beads, and just keep sort of going around. I think we are good actually, and I'm just gonna do a half hitch knot here. So I'm just gonna go and catch this thread path I created. As you can see, we got this lovely loop coming up. Before that loop disappears, I'm just going to go through that loop, and as I pull this tight, you can see that little knot is forming there. And I'm going to take it through the bead and pull it tight, and I can cut that end off. I would do the same for the tail end as well. So you don't just want to cut that off, you want to take it through a bead or two, do a couple of half hitch knots, and then you can cut it off nicely and safely. And that's it really. That's how easy it is to make one of the beaded beads, and I think they look really, really great. And the seed beads are sort of hugging the crystals in the middle, and then you got the pearls on either side. But equally, you could use crystals here as well, so they don't just have to be pearls. You could use different colors as we had. So the different sizes you can make with the pattern. I like this one as well. Some of them do start out with 6 beads, some of them start out with more, some of them got larger holes. You can really experiment and, you know, do all sorts of different things. And some of them, because one of them has got larger hole than the other, you can see they quite nicely, they fit into each other. So I do love that about them as well. I love making them. I can't stop making them. I think beaded beads is one of the things what I really, you know, I do love it. And I did it for home decor. I did it for so many different things, because I think they're just so pretty. They give you that really nice, and I'm going to show you some of the other colors as well, give you that really nice finish with, you know, with all the different beads you have. Something a little bit more, looking a bit more difficult, and you might just want to have one on a chain, or you might just want to have 3 or 5, and that's it. You don't need a whole bunch of them to be able to show off, because something like this I would probably wear it maybe an evening out. If I just want to pop to out of my local shop, and perhaps I'm wearing a black top or something like that I want to match, I might just want to wear 3 beads or 5 beads, and that's it, or even 7 and no more. So you can vary as much or as little as you want to, interchanging them forever. Because sometimes I make a necklace, like we did the popcorn necklace, which I really loved last week, but once you made it up, that's it, you can't change it. With this one, you can forever change your necklaces, how you make them. The kits are $6.99 on the website, and they make a lot. Each one of those will make you a lot of beads in all the different sizes. This is the pink one. Each one of the packs for $6.99 will make you approximately 20 beads. And don't forget, you do get the printed out instructions with the kit. So for $6.99, not only you get the beads and the seed beads, you do get the printed out PDF as well. I'm just going to show you all the colors I have. I love, love, love the red ones. This is, again, I think that would go quite nicely with my top today. I might just pop this on and I'm going to wear it, I can show you. But again, you can mix the colors You can mix them in however you want to mix them. So you can have a couple of black beads with, you know, a red bead, whatever top you have got on. I'll show you this in just in a second. Turn the camera around. The aqua is great as well. The teal is another one of my favorite. I love this one as well. This one is the light gold. So the blue we've been making today, that is called just called blue on the website. So this is like a sapphire blue, but that is just called blue. There is a dark blue, which is this one, more of a like a navy color. Then you have a lime green, this one is called, but it's light and dark green together. So it's a really nice, as I said, something like this is perfect because you can wear it with a light green top, but you can wear it with a darker green top as well. Then you have this one, which is called bronze. I love that color as well. And finally this one, which is called mink. It's like a salmony pink color with an amethyst crystal. So that's it really. Let me just turn the camera on. Don't forget you can mix and match. You can mix and match all over these. Just actually, let's go back to this scene. This one, and zoom out so you can see the necklace I'm wearing. I think they're, you know, they're really nice. They're really, and you know, you can have, if you make them to friends and family, it's really great as well, because this gives you an sort of an angle that you will never be able to run out of presents, because you can always make a couple of extra beads or something to go onto the necklace. The holes are big enough, so they do work on Pandora style bracelets as well. If you like, I got one actually somewhere. If you like wearing those, but definitely you know, you can always make 1 or 2 beads to add to the collection. So it's a perfect thing. I hope you enjoyed it. Tomorrow, Sarah Millsop is going to be with you. I don't know how are we going to call these 2 Sarahs, because my little Lucy, she's been coming up with names. So she started to call Sarah Millsop Original Sarah because she met that Sarah first. And the new Sarah, she started to call her Sarah 2.0. So we always know who is she talking about, bless her. But we're going to have to come up with a nice nicknames for them so we don't mix who we're talking about. So Sarah Millsop is going to be with you tomorrow. I think she's doing a really lovely macrame bracelet, and Sarah Payne is going to be with you on Wednesday doing a lovely button necklace. And I'll be back on Thursday, and I haven't got the diary in front of me, so I'm not really sure what I'm doing. I thought it was maybe beaded flowers, but you know, I don't even know what day of the week is unless if it's in front of me on paper. So I'll be back with you on Thursday. So do have a lovely couple of days. Check out the website. Some of the Erudite little color bundles, Sarah P and Sarah M, that could work, Lorna. I think that's good. Sarah P and Sarah M. Says, I think Sarah Payne says that her pet name is Says, so maybe that could be one as well. But I'm sure we will work something out. Saba is saying you could say SM or SB. I think, yeah. I see that, but that might be a little bit more like, you know, if you knew and you just come onto the channel, you wouldn't know what I'm talking about if I say SM or SB. So I think Sarah needs to be in there, and or says, or I don't know. We see. We work something out. So yeah, so Sarah M is going to be with you tomorrow. Sarah P is going to be with you on Wednesday. I'm with you on Thursday. Do have a lovely day. Check out the website. Some of the colors I do know they are limited stock. The amethyst one, no, the amethyst one is this one. We didn't have a huge amount, so I think there was only a handful of that in on the website. The $6.99, it will make you 20 beads. You get the instructions with it. You can have the instructions separately. Diane is saying, could you show me a small one? Right, let me just turn you back down and I quickly show you a small bead. So a small one like that is a smaller one, because just using the 4mm crystals. This one is got a couple of smaller ones. Again, this one is smaller in size because that's the biggest one. This one is using smaller pearls, but because you make it bigger, the hole is bigger on there as well. You could use this in between larger beads or in between anything as well, but as I said, like this one, instead of doing it with 6 pearls, you could do it with 5 and then it's going to become smaller. With the larger one, I probably wouldn't do anything smaller than 6. Start with 6 crystals, because then the hole is going to be too small, but you could do it with 8 or 10. You could make it even bigger if you wanted to, because all the loops are going to do is just sort of sit further towards the front or further towards the back. If you're making it larger or smaller, you could really play around with it. So I made most of them with 6, and that's 6, that's 6. I think there was something where I used 7 on one of them, but I can't remember actually which color it was. That one is 6 as well. So mainly I done 6 on all the different designs, but you could experiment. You could do smaller or larger by reducing the first, because you're always going to pick up the middle row first, and adding or taking beads to that row is, I like this one, this pinky one, will make the difference in size of the bead as well. Right, that's it. Do have a lovely day. I better run. I haven't had any breakfast yet, so I'm going to go and pop a toast on. Or how do you make the beaded chain, please? So the beaded chain is herringbone chain. I think on the website we have them on as herringbone chain. We also have them on as erudite, beaded erudite chain to match them. So do search that, or if Molly you're still watching, you can give us a link, please. Also, we did this, you know, we did the fleur pendants not long ago with the parpuka beads. We did herringbone chains as well for that as well, because it's just really nice and brings that very, I love doing those chains because you're doing the same step over and over again. So it's lovely knit-netta beading to do. When you're together with somebody, because I often, even if I'm on my own here, I will phone my cousin up or my mum up or somebody, put the phone on loudspeaker, put it on the side, and I'm talking to them, interacting them while I'm doing my beading. And when you do something like a chain like this, where you're doing the same stitch over and over and over again, it's always saying that's a lovely knit-netta stitch, because you can sort of talk to other people and you're not going to lose your way because you're doing the same thing over and over again. Right, that's it. A better run. Have a lovely day. Stay safe, everybody. Have a wonderful day. I will see you on Thursday. Bye.